Peace and love, everybody. Salute, y'all. What's up? What a strange set of events. A strange set of circumstances we had on our hands yesterday. As you may know, the grand arrivals took place in Vegas for the absolute mega card that's going to be taking place, of course, this Saturday for the Tank Davis and Frank Martin bout. What a nice event it turned out to be, right? The grand arrivals. Fans were everywhere. The fighters were pulling up, looking fresh and eager. Okay, the Mexican monster David Benavidez showed up glowing and happy and just focused, looking just as excited as all of his adoring fans who swarmed around him for pictures, autographs, handshakes. It was absolutely adorable seeing the gentleman show up and all the people waiting to embrace them. Gary Antoine Russell. Okay, he looked cool, laser focused and ready when he hit the stage for his interview. And of course, Frank, the Ghost Martin, strolled in just dripping nothing but swag, nothing but confidence. And he actually also had a chip on his shoulder that he seemed very anxious to let loose come fight night. Okay, I liked it. I felt that energy. He was beaming. He was ready. I love seeing that. He told the correspondent, quote, "I've got speed, I've got power, IQ. When it's time to bite down, the world is going to see." I was like, gee, let's go, Frank. He also said that, he's not there just to, simply be there. He is there to take this whole shit over. And I believe him. I really do. No cap, you guys. Frank is looking locked the fuck in. I think this man may do the unthinkable, y'all. I know that sounds crazy, but I will not be shocked at all if Frank actually managed to pull off the job and pull off the unthinkable. Speaking of unthinkable, something occurred that was definitely quite anomalous as well. While all the beautiful warriors showed face and broke bread with the people, shook hands and talked to the people and engaged the crowd and gave us fans at home something to see and be excited about, the face of boxing, however, pulled a motherfucking disappearing act. Good old Gervonta Davis, y'all, was nowhere to be found at the grand arrival. What is going on? You mean to tell me that this man, who has lovingly been crowned by his adoring fans as the apex predator in the sport, one of them at least, okay? You mean to tell me that he failed to show up and give grace to his many doting supporters? I don't get this, you guys. He failed to show up for supporters who have possibly traveled from all over the country just to see him. The fans who waited in lines for hours just to get a glimpse of, quote unquote, the one. He jumped ship on them. Did this man pull a diva act and flip the bird to his own goddamn fans and flip the bird to media, the media who prepped and also traveled just to vibe and exchange with him and draw in further anticipation for this fight, further excitement for this fight? Tell me this ain't real, y'all. What kind of diva, I'm powdering my nose hot girl shit is this, you guys? I'm not digging that. I don't like that. Who is going to explicate this to me? Because I am apparently the only one misinformed. Is that what's going on here? That I'm the only one that's not feeling this? What is happening? Anybody else got questions about why this man was a no-show? Because I find it highly, highly absurd. Everything about Tank Davis, you guys, real talk, as I've been saying, I don't know how long now, everything about Tank in the last couple of months has been shrouded in anomaly. Okay? His sudden devotion to Ryan Garcia, his backing of this blatant drug cheat, his defamation of VADA and the whole testing and everything else, and most certainly among the anomaly is his, copious display of bravado all of a sudden, particularly during the initial presser with Frank. Tank, who was normally, not an overstated, verbose, or exaggerated type of person in any way, all of a sudden during his press conferences seemed to turn into like a gesture or some shit, like, a showpiece while he was engaging with Frank Martin. What's going on with that? I found that to be bizarre. And now, to add even more craziness to the mix, you're a no-show at your own goddamn grand arrival? Mind you, your first grand arrival in 14 months. For your first fight back in 14 months, you don't show? It makes sense to me, you guys. You don't show esteem for the fans who will engage you and the fans who will be buying with their hard-earned money your pay-per-view? It's inexcusable to me. It's inexcusable to me. And it's definitely not how somebody who considers themselves the face of boxing should be conducting themselves at any time. Crazy enough, Tank actually took to his Twitter and forewarned of the bullshit that was about to commence. He forewarned of his disappearing act. He said, quote, "The promotion for this fight is ass. Watch I don't show up for the arrivals today." End quote. Did y'all hear that? What? What is this man talking about, you guys? Like, there's so much to unpack here. It's crazy. So the man said that the promo for the fight is straight garbage. He said it's straight whack nonsense, right? Isn't this event under the banner of GTD along with the other affiliates? Isn't GTD on the banner? Okay? One of the spearheading partners of making this event? If the promotion is ass, quote unquote, isn't that partly his fault? His doing and his responsibility as a co-promoter for the event? Is this man playing in my face or what, y'all? Is he playing in our faces, the fans' faces? How is GTD Promotions absolved of responsibility of promoting to your standards, sir? Somehow it's everybody else's fault, as if GTD is nowhere to be found among this. What the fuck else is... I just don't get it. Why else would GTD Promotion be a part of this and named upon this as one of the contributors if things aren't partly under your control, right? The logic is just not logicking for me. And also strange to me is, why is Tank still talking as if someone else is to be taking care of his business and making all of his moves and decisions for him? Why is his language and parlance shrouded in, a submissive tone? Well, they're not handling it. This is somebody else's fault, as if he is not a captain of a ship in some way, shape, or form. Not that you mandate and relegate every aspect of this particular fight, but surely enough, as I said, GTD is a part of this. GTD's name is on the banner, and that means that he's a contributing factor to what goes in this event, at least partly. Okay? The days of, Mayweather Promotions is done, my dude. This is all you now, GTD. The fuck are you talking about? Shouldn't you as a boss be making certain that all the matters concerning the output, building up of, and promotion of this fight is in line to the maximum capacity of your expectations as possible? I don't get it. I'm dumbfounded by how, immature this man sounded in that tweet, how immature that posture and stance was. Because it seems to me that this man wants to tell everybody that he's a boss, all the while he's expecting for somebody else to run the ship. It cannot be both and. It's weird and it's crazy to me. Also, what I've noticed is that, upon me noticing all of the outlandish, out of the norm behavior from Tank over the past weeks, him not showing up yesterday really made me recall quite clearly what Frank Martin had said in several interviews during the buildup for the fight. He said that he indeed noticed as well how out of character Tank has been, and that he knows it's because of him. He knows it's because of him. He said that Tank, maybe trying to find a way to deal with the fact that he has to see him in that ring, right? Like, there's no escape. Like, he's trying to cope with the fact that, all of this is culminating to a point that will peak on Saturday where we meet head to head and face to face. He knows that Tank's behavior is odd, and he knows that output is a direct emotional response to him being his opponent. He knows that this is his response to himself, that Tank has. Real talk, Tank has never acted out in such a way in any fights like this. In his career, you guys, not once. When has Tank ever missed a goddamn grand arrival? Or let's say a meet and greet or promotional engagement? Never. I have never seen it. He didn't miss this presser yesterday because he didn't like the promo. Okay? He missed it because he's being a diva, and for whatever reason, he's salty about the inevitable, which is meeting face to face under those lights on Saturday against Frank Martin. Boy, you better get your head out your ass real quick and handle this business. Okay? We don't got no time for the diva shit. Let's get this work. If Tank was so displeased with the promo, he should have spent less time tweeting goddamn love poems to Ryan Garcia for the past 2 fucking months. That's just real talk. He should have focused more on the dog in front of him. Instead of taking shots at, Devin Haney and worrying about what Devin Haney is doing and setting up make-believe fights with Shakur Stevenson, he should have been focused on the dog in front of him. The dog, okay, that wants every ounce of that smoke with you, Mr. GTD. Okay? I find it absolutely absurd and irresponsible of him to have pulled that last night, you guys. Calvin Ford had to goddamn come out on his behalf and speak to the public. What kind of shit is this? That is not that man's job. I look up and here go Calvin, looking like the goddamn Sandman from Apollo. The old man that, comes sweep up the trash from the stage if you ain't good enough. That was Calvin Ford yesterday, okay? He had his damn broomstick cleaning up Tank's mess off the goddamn stage. The fuck? No. It's just crazy to me. It's childish that he did not appear. Very childish. Now, I've also heard fanboys, trying to play cleanup crew also, saying stuff like, well, Gervonta was working out. That's why he didn't go. Get the fuck out of here, Brody, please. Okay? Miss me with the nonsense. Why the hell did he tweet deliberately that he was not going to show up if that's the case? Okay? He said nothing about running up a hill in that tweet. He said nothing about pull-ups and lunges in that goddamn tweet. He made his displeasure and his attitude quite lucid in his statement. Okay? Get off the balls, please. It's a mess. He didn't show up because he didn't goddamn want to, because for whatever reason, he wanted to throw a temper tantrum. I don't know if he thought that this was, some cute, sly way of playing a mind game. It ain't work, okay? You didn't pull one over goddamn Frank Martin, that's for sure. And you damn sure as hell didn't pull one over on me and a lot of other fans who are intelligible about the nonsense at hand. Real talk, I hope that we saw the last antic from Mr. Face of Boxing. Please get over yourself. All right? Save the shenanigans for Sunday morning, okay? Saturday, let's take care of that business. You save your goddamn charades for Sunday morning. For now, let's get this work and let's get this business taken care of for Saturday. You heard? Because it's not mathin'. The math is not mathin' to me how Tank turned ghost. But the ghost, Frank Martin, was every bit comfortable under those big lights. Looking shaky. But that's it for me, you guys. I'm on to the next. Peace.